Has it ever occurred to you why certain men get nervous around the mysterious Sigma female? Yes, the mysterious and enigmatic Sigma female, veiled in a conundrum. Being an anomaly within the social structure, she is the type of lady that follows her own rhythm. She has created her own category and is not the alpha, nor the beta. The Sigma female is a fascinating paradox. She's fiercely independent, thriving on her own without the need for constant social validation. She's self-sufficient, capable of handling life's ups and downs on her own terms, yet she's also deeply introspective, spending a lot of her time in the rich world of her thoughts and ideas. These traits, while admirable, can be quite intimidating to some men. The Sigma female's independence means she doesn't need a man to complete her. She's perfectly content on her own, and this can be a hard pill to swallow for those who are used to being the needed one in the relationship. Her self-sufficiency, on the other hand, can be challenging to men who are used to playing the savior role. The Sigma female doesn't need saving. She's her own knight in shining armor. And then there's her introversion. The Sigma female is a creature of solitude. She enjoys her own company and doesn't feel the need to fill her life with constant chatter and social engagements. This can be disconcerting to men who are used to women who seek their company and attention incessantly. The Sigma female is a conundrum that challenges conventional wisdom about what men want in a woman. She's not docile, not needy, not constantly seeking approval. She's her own person, living life on her own terms. And that, my friends, can be a tough nut to crack for some men. With that in mind, let's delve into the reasons why men might struggle to handle a Sigma female. First up, the Sigma female's independence. Now, this isn't the run-of-the-mill independence we're talking about. It's not about paying her own bills or fixing a leaky faucet. Well, she can do those too, but there's more to it. It's about mental and emotional independence, the ability to stand her ground, to be her own person. A Sigma woman's independence stems from her self-reliance. She doesn't seek validation from others. She doesn't need a constant stream of compliments to feel worthy. She knows her worth, and she doesn't need anyone else to confirm it. This might seem intimidating to some men who are used to women who look to them for validation. This is not to say that all men are like this, but some are, and they might find this aspect of a Sigma female a bit unsettling. Let's dive a bit deeper into this. Imagine a strong, confident woman who doesn't need you to make her happy because she finds happiness within herself. She doesn't need you to complete her because she's already whole. She doesn't need you to define her because she knows who she is. That's a Sigma female for you. She's a complete package, self-sufficient and self-reliant. Now, this doesn't mean she doesn't want love, companionship, or a partner. She does, but she's not desperate for it. She won't compromise her values, her identity, or her independence for it. She wants a partner, not a savior. She wants an equal, not a protector. This kind of independence can be intimidating to some men. Sigma females are like a breath of fresh air in a world where women are often portrayed as damsels in distress. They break the stereotype and stand tall, strong, and independent. But it's this very strength and independence that can sometimes make men feel a bit, well, unnecessary. So the independent nature of a Sigma female can sometimes leave men feeling a bit unnecessary. But remember, it's not about making someone feel unnecessary. It's about being true to oneself, about being a Sigma female. And that, my friends, is something truly special. Next on the list, the elusive nature of Sigma females. Ah, the sweet mystery of the Sigma woman. She's not one to wear her heart on her sleeve or shout her feelings from the rooftops. Instead, she keeps her cards close to her chest, revealing them only to those she trusts deeply. This introverted and mysterious nature can be challenging for men who are used to more outgoing, expressive women. Imagine you're playing a high-stake game of poker. The Sigma woman is the player who's keeping her poker face intact, not giving away any clues about her hand. She's the one who's quietly observing, taking in all the details, and making her moves when she's sure she can win. That's what it's like trying to figure out a Sigma woman. She's the embodiment of the phrase, "still waters run deep." While some might see this as a frustrating challenge, others find it incredibly attractive. After all, who doesn't love a good mystery? The Sigma woman's elusiveness adds an element of intrigue to her personality. It's like reading a captivating novel, where each chapter reveals a new layer to the story, making you eager to turn the next page. The thing about Sigma women is they don't reveal their inner world to just anyone. They require genuine connection and deep understanding. They're not interested in shallow small talk or meaningless chatter. They crave deep intellectual conversations that stimulate their minds and souls. But don't be fooled into thinking that their elusiveness is a sign of coldness or disinterest. On the contrary, Sigma women are capable of deep affection and loyalty, but they reserve these emotions for those who've taken the time and effort to truly understand them, to navigate the labyrinth of their complex minds and hearts. So, if you're a man who's up for the challenge, who loves a good mystery, who's willing to dive deep and not just skim the surface, a Sigma woman might be your perfect match. Just remember, patience is key, and the reward, a deep, meaningful relationship with a woman who's unlike any other. This elusive nature can make them a puzzle that some men find tough to solve. But for those who are patient and persistent, solving this puzzle can be an adventure of a lifetime. Thirdly, let's talk about emotional intelligence. Sigmas, especially Sigma females, are renowned for their high emotional intelligence. This isn't your typical book-smart intelligence we're talking about, no siree. This is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage not only their own emotions, but also the emotions of those around them. It's a subtle, complex, and incredibly powerful skill. Now imagine you're in a conversation with a Sigma female. She's quietly observing, listening, absorbing everything. You might not even notice it, but she's picking up on the slightest changes in your tone, your body language, even the subtlest shifts in your mood. She's not just hearing your words, she's reading between the lines, understanding what you're feeling, maybe even better than you do yourself. This high emotional intelligence can sometimes make men feel, well, a little out of their depth. It's like playing chess with a grandmaster. You're thinking about your next move, and she's already predicted it, and the one after that, and the one after that. It's not that she's playing games, it's just that her emotional understanding is so nuanced, so finely tuned, that she can often anticipate emotional reactions before they even happen. Can you imagine how this might be a tad intimidating? It's like trying to navigate a maze in the dark while she's got the blueprint. You're feeling happy, sad, angry, she knows why, and she knows how to respond in a way that will either soothe your anger, share in your joy, or empathize with your sorrow. It's like she's got your emotional user manual and you're still trying to figure out the table of contents. This can lead to a sense of being outmaneuvered or outsmarted in emotional situations. It's not that Sigma females are manipulative, they're just incredibly in tune with the emotional landscape around them. It's part of their charm, their mystery, their allure, but for some men it might feel like they're always playing catch-up. So men might feel like they're always 2 steps behind when dealing with a Sigma female's emotional intelligence. Fourth on our list is non-conformity. This is a trait that sets Sigma females apart from the crowd. They are independent thinkers who are not afraid to walk their own path. But why can this be intimidating for some men? Let's delve into it. Sigma females are not bound by societal norms. They don't follow the herd, they lead their own way. They don't subscribe to the traditional roles and expectations that society often places on women. This can be a breath of fresh air for some, but for others it can be quite daunting. Suppose you're a man who prefers traditional roles where everything is predictable and follows a set pattern. In that case, a Sigma female might be a bit of a challenge. She is an innovator, a trailblazer, and defies societal norms. She's not one to sit back and let life happen to her. She takes charge, makes her own decisions, and doesn't conform to the expectations of others. Now, imagine trying to navigate a relationship with a woman who is so fiercely independent and nonconformist. It could be quite intimidating, right? You see, most men are used to being the ones who lead, who make decisions, who take charge. But with a Sigma female, these roles are blurred. She is her own person, and she isn't afraid to take the lead when necessary. This non-conformist attitude can be quite a challenge for men who are uncomfortable with change. They may find it difficult to adapt to a relationship where they are not always the one in control, where they cannot predict what their partner will do next because she is so independent and free-spirited. In conclusion, the non-conformity of Sigma females can be intimidating for men who prefer traditional roles. They are not used to dealing with women who are so fiercely independent and unafraid to break societal norms. But for those who are open-minded and ready to embrace change, a relationship with a Sigma female can be a truly enriching experience. This non-conformist attitude can make Sigma females a challenge for men who are uncomfortable with change. The fifth reason is the Sigma female's self-sufficiency. To begin with, let's paint a picture of what self-sufficiency looks like in a Sigma female. She's the woman who, instead of waiting for a knight in shining armor, forges her own sword and slays her own dragons. She's the woman who, rather than depending on a man to provide for her, takes the reins and becomes her own provider. Now, this is not to say that Sigma females are anti-men or dismissive of their contributions, far from it. They simply don't rely on them as a necessity for survival or happiness. They appreciate the value of partnership, but they equally appreciate the value of standing on their own 2 feet. Self-sufficiency in a Sigma female is a force to be reckoned with. It's like a strong, steady current in a river, flowing independently of external factors. It's an inherent trait, deeply ingrained in her personality and lifestyle. She is a woman who takes responsibility for her own life, making her own decisions, solving her own problems, and, most importantly, living by her own rules. However, this can sometimes intimidate men who are used to playing the traditional provider role. These are the men who understandably derive a sense of purpose and identity from being able to support and protect their partner. But when faced with a Sigma female, who doesn't need them to fill these roles, they can feel a bit like a fish out of water. To them, the Sigma woman's self-sufficiency can seem like a challenge to their masculinity or a rejection of their attempts to contribute. It can make them feel, well, a little redundant. But here's the thing. It's not about them. It's about her. Her self-sufficiency isn't a statement against their worth, it's a declaration of her own. So, a Sigma female's self-sufficiency can sometimes make men feel redundant. But remember, it's not a flaw in her, nor them, it's simply a clash between traditional gender roles and the evolving realities of today's women. And if anything, it's a call for men to redefine their roles and values in a relationship, just as the Sigma woman has done for herself. Next up is the high standards of Sigma females. You see, Sigma females are notorious for their lofty standards. They're not ones to settle for mediocrity. They demand the best from themselves and from those who surround them. This characteristic is rooted in their strong sense of self-worth and self-respect. They believe in their capabilities and know their worth. Therefore, they expect nothing but the best, not just for themselves but also from those they associate with. This, however, can be quite daunting for some men. We live in a world where we are often told to be happy with what we have or to settle for good enough. But for a Sigma female, good enough is never really enough. They aim for excellence, and they expect the same from their partners. This can be quite intimidating for men who are not used to such high expectations. Sigma females' high standards extend to all aspects of their lives, their careers, their relationships, their personal growth, and even their hobbies. They continuously strive to improve and grow, and they expect their partners to do the same. This constant pursuit of excellence can sometimes feel like an ongoing evaluation to some men. They might feel as though they are always under scrutiny, always being pushed to be better, to do more. But here's the catch. A Sigma female's high standards are not meant to be oppressive or demanding. Rather, they serve as an invitation for growth, an opportunity to become the best version of oneself. They see potential, and they want to help their partners realize this potential. They don't push because they want to control or dominate, but because they believe in their partner's capabilities. In the end, the high standards of Sigma females are a testament to their belief in the power of growth and self-improvement. They are not about imposing unrealistic expectations, but about embracing the potential for greatness within each of us. For men who are up for the challenge, being with a Sigma woman can be an incredibly enriching experience. These high standards can make some men feel like they're constantly being evaluated. But remember, it's all about growth, improvement, and becoming the best version of oneself. 7th on our list is intensity. Let's dive into the deep end of the pool where the waters of a Sigma female's personality run incredibly deep. Their intensity in passions and commitments can be overwhelming for some men. It's like trying to hold a conversation in the middle of a thunderstorm. It's not just the rain that's intense, it's the lightning, the thunder, the gusting winds. Sigma females bring this same storm-like intensity to everything they do, whether it's their career, their hobbies, their relationships, or their personal growth. They are not content with just skimming the surface. They dive deep, immersing themselves fully, and they expect the same from those around them. They live life in high definition, full color, and surround sound, and this can be overwhelming for those who are used to a more subdued approach to life. Now, think about a time when you were truly passionate about something. Remember the energy, the focus, the drive? That's a daily reality for Sigma females. They do not do things by halves. They operate at full throttle, fueled by their passion and commitment. This intensity is not a switch that can be turned on and off. It's a constant undercurrent, a relentless drive that propels them forward. However, this intensity is not always well received. Some men may find it intimidating or even off-putting. They may feel overshadowed, as if they're struggling to keep up. They may feel like they're being swept along by a current that's too strong, unable to find their footing. It's not that these men are weak or inadequate. It's just that the intensity of a Sigma female can be a lot to handle. But let's not forget that intensity also means depth, passion, and a richness of experience. It means living life to the fullest, not settling for mediocrity. It means burning brightly, even if it means burning out. This intensity is what makes Sigma females so compelling, so magnetic, so unforgettable. In short, Sigma females are not for the faint of heart. They are for those who can match their intensity, who can hold their own in the face of the storm. This intensity can make Sigma females a force to be reckoned with. Finally, we have unpredictability. The eighth reason why men might struggle with a true Sigma female rests in the realm of the unexpected. The mystery, the intrigue, the sudden shifts in direction. It's like trying to track a hummingbird with a pair of binoculars. Sigma females are fiercely independent, and this independence often manifests itself as unpredictability. They don't follow the crowd, nor do they feel the need to abide by societal norms, meaning their actions and decisions can often come as a surprise. This isn't a case of being whimsical or erratic, but rather a reflection of their unique way of navigating the world. The unpredictability of a Sigma female stems from her non-conformity. She is an individual who dances to her own beat, and this can be disconcerting for men who prefer predictability. It's not that these women are intentionally trying to be difficult or elusive, it's just that they have a strong sense of self and a desire to explore different paths and possibilities. Think of it like this. If life is a river, many of us are content to float along with the current. But a Sigma female? She's more likely to be off exploring a tributary or forging a new course entirely. This can bewilder those who prefer the comfort of a well-trodden path, or the predictability of following the crowd. This unpredictability can be both exciting and nerve-wracking. It's like being on a roller coaster ride where you don't know the next twist or turn. It can keep you on your toes, keeping your adrenaline pumping and your mind engaged. But for some, the lack of predictability can be disconcerting. The key to understanding and appreciating the unpredictability of a Sigma female is to embrace it, to see it as an adventure, and to enjoy the ride. After all, who wants a life that's always predictable, where every day is the same as the last? It's the unpredictability that adds spice to life, that makes each day a new discovery, a new adventure. So, the unpredictability of Sigma females can keep men on their toes. These women don't just step outside the box, they redefine it. And that's what makes them so compelling, so fascinating, and so utterly unforgettable. Now that we've uncovered these 8 reasons, let's briefly revisit each one. Our first glimpse into the intriguing world of Sigma females revealed their profound sense of independence. They walk their path, creating their rhythm, and this can be challenging for some to comprehend or keep up with. Then we delved into their elusiveness, a trait that often creates an air of mystery around them. This enigma can be mesmerizing but equally frustrating for those who crave predictability. Our third point of exploration was their emotional intelligence. Sigma females are in tune with their emotions and those of others, navigating social scenarios with ease and finesse. This emotional depth can be overwhelming for those less versed in managing their feelings. We then discovered their non-conformity. They refuse to fit into societal norms, choosing instead to carve out their unique identity. This can be daunting for those used to traditional roles and expectations. Our fifth reason took us into the realm of self-sufficiency. Sigma females are capable and independent, often preferring their own company. This can be intimidating for those who find comfort in dependency. Next, we examined their high standards. Sigma females have a clear vision of their worth and refuse to settle for less. This can be challenging for those who are not accustomed to such self-assuredness. Our seventh reason highlighted their intensity. They are passionate, driven, and focused, which can be overwhelming for some who prefer a more laid-back approach to life. Finally, we uncovered their unpredictability. They are full of surprises and resist being boxed into expectations. This can be disconcerting for those who prefer a more predictable path. Understanding these traits can help us appreciate the unique allure of Sigma females and perhaps make handling them a bit less daunting. After all, as we've seen, these are women who are fiercely independent, emotionally attuned, non-conforming, self-sufficient, demanding, intense, and unpredictable. They are not to be tamed but understood, respected, and admired. What about you? Have you had experiences with Sigma females, or do you consider yourself one? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content on relationships and personality types. See you next time.